Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for July 16th, 2025. We've got Corn Guilds and Seaside today. And we've got Infirmary trashing. We've got no plus actions. That's sad. We've got draw from Wharf, Monkey, Farrier, Advisor, and then quite a lot of plus buy. Merchant Guild, Candlestick Maker, Farrier, Astrolabe, and Wharf. But yeah, the big limiter here is no plus actions. This board would definitely be more interesting with plus actions. As it is, we've got to pick our terminal wisely. I mean, it could definitely just be Wharf money. Wharf is strong draw. You just throw like a handful of Wharves into your deck, like more than 2, but not a ton more, 3, 4. And then, yeah, go with that. That's definitely an option. We could try to play with Advisor draw additionally or alternatively. Advisor, the problem with Advisor is it's bad. It really Advisor is at its best when your deck has like a very consistent card quality, so that it doesn't really matter which card your opponent discards, and you end up with, or alternatively, if you have enough advisors that you draw basically everything off of the advisors, and then you play like some cantrips to draw up the cards that got discarded. But here, I think that's it would be really slow to get to that point with Advisor. I mean, the Infirmary helps, like you can get thinner, but then if you start adding advisors to your deck, like you're gonna have trouble like seeing the key cards that are gonna let you like put good cards into your deck, because they're gonna get discarded when you play your advisor. There's also Monkey to consider. In the general case, Monkey can be a nice kind of counter to an opponent that's building more, because you'll still draw a ton of cards even if you yourself aren't building as much, if so long as your opponent is getting a bunch of cards. But here, I think that like you're probably not going to draw enough off of Monkey to really outpace like Wharf. So probably not the way. Farrier overpay can also help smooth out the Wharf draw by like just making sure you keep finding your Wharves. So that's something to keep in mind as well. As well as the other thing to consider there is like getting an Outpost. I guess you could even do like Outpost Wharf, where I don't think this sustains itself well enough without like Advisor or something to get you through more of your deck. Like I don't think Farrier by itself is enough to enable this, but the idea being you play an Outpost, and then on your Outpost turn, you play a Wharf. I mean, that's very asymmetrical in terms of draw, but it does mean that you get the extra turns, which, is certainly good. But another thing we need to look at here is the payload. The payload is either terminal actions, which is not going to be great. There's candlestick maker, but that's pretty garbage. There's treasures, astrolabe and then regular treasures, which is one reason to maybe not be as concerned with thinning down super aggressively with infirmary, because building back up from that point is going to be slow. That doesn't necessarily mean that we don't want to trash estates. It might just mean that we don't care about getting like a big infirmary overpay and trashing a whole bunch of cards. Although the flip side of that is because there's no terminal space, we don't want to be playing infirmary turn over turn over turn. So yeah, this board is really like really wants plus actions, man. Ugh. I mean, it could be that we go the other way around, in a way, from what I was just saying, and we like try to build up to a single big infirmary overpay, but one that is mostly intended to clean up estates, and it's fine if it doesn't clean up coppers, and then like play the infirmary basically never after that. Farrier, good way to enable that sort of thing. I mean, Wharf can also do it. Okay, so oh, I guess the other thing, yeah, if we were to do the outpost approach, I guess you would want the advisors, probably would need that, but farrier overpay can also help with that. And then if you have farriers in the deck, they can potentially draw the cards that get discarded to advisor, although you really need a lot of draw for that to actually succeed. Either that or you need to have done the thinning. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's all pretty clunky. Anyway, so we could farrier overpay right here, turn one, draw an extra card, 60% chance that lets us just hit 5. And we could just take a wharf right off the bat. It doesn't. I mean, I guess doing another farrier overpay is an option. Alternatively, we could do like astrolabe or silver into farrier overpay. We got plenty of plus buy on this board. I think silver is probably better than astrolabe, so I think I like that play. Silver farrier. All right, 6. So if we do a 3-coin infirmary overpay here, unfortunately we don't see the farrier, but there's a decent chance that we get to trash all 3 of our estates. So we're going to see 3 cards out of 5. Yeah, I think that's worth doing. Oh, just instantly draw the estate and don't see the farrier. That's actually pretty excellent. Okay, we can actually trash a copper and still get a wharf here, which seems good. Then we immediately see the wharf. Can't complain, can't complain. Cannot complain. Okay, so bit of a moment of truth here. Do we just take another wharf? I think the Answer is probably yes. Yeah, it seems like the most effective approach. I do not want a Candlestick Maker. Too likely to be drawn dead. No point, really, in getting a Farrier that doesn't come with an overpay, so we just take the Wharf. Perfect. All right. So we got 8 coins. With Farrier overpay, it's possible that taking a third Wharf... I mean, taking a third Wharf right now doesn't make a ton of sense anyway. We just, like, fully drew our deck. And granted, you know, if we add more cards to it, then we won't necessarily do that again. But the point is that, like, we're not really in a position where the third Wharf is likely to give us much benefit. Yeah, it's a little bit awkward because, like, what we'd really like to do is just, like, add a gold, and we add the gold, we can't Farrier overpay. We'll be 1 card short of being able to draw a deck next turn, which isn't necessarily a huge problem, but it does mean that we could end up, like, bottom decking the Wharf or something. We could go, like, silver Farrier overpay by 3, but that's overdrawing. I think we just take the gold. And okay, we didn't bottom deck the Wharf. It's all good. We did bottom deck Farrier. That's not a huge problem. All right. So now we can do gold Farrier overpay by 1. I think that makes the most sense. And now so we can just keep Farrier overpaying for a bit and then grab that third Wharf when we run out of Farriers to overpay on. I think that's the play. Gold, Farrier. Why are you just buying Farriers that don't do anything? Jeez, bot. All right. We probably start greening here. I'm not going to take 2 provinces because we want to do a Farrier overpay again. We could do province gold, Farrier overpay for 1, but Farrier overpay for 1 isn't ideal. We could take that second Wharf and then do Farrier overpay for 2. We could just do Farrier overpay for 7. I think we take the Wharf. We know we want it anyway. Overpays by 8. Okay. All right. This is just province Farrier. And now things are gonna get ugly. Would have liked to keep this Wharf down there, you know? But Do we take another gold or do we take another wharf? The fact that I think we take another wharf here. The fact that we have 4 cards to get through. I just really want to see one. Buying a duchy before you've taken any provinces. Interesting choice. Aha! Okay, so we've got 2 wharves down there, so we'll definitely see one. I really don't understand what the bot is doing right now. Alright. Province. Like, it has spent a lot of time, like, continuing to buy gold and wharf, like, past the point where I think it was... Well, I guess I do still have more wharves in it. It was, like, slow to get the wharves initially. I've been hitting, like, 8 exactly for the past, like, 2 or 3 turns. Pretty nice. Not this time. Oh well, we've got a wharf in play. We'll hit province this turn. He said, and then was wrong. Okay. Do we trash a copper? I think so. Oh, the duchies are gone. Oh, do we already have half VP? I wasn't even paying attention. Yeah, we do. Okay. Well. I mean, I guess we can buy out the estates. There we go. Yeah, so the bot certainly got a lot more gold than I did. But did that 4th wharf pay off? I'm not really sure, but we got 6 provinces. That's pretty winning on a board like this. Yeah, I think so. I don't. This is what I was talking about at some point at the beginning. I don't like the play of like turn 1 infirmary overpay for 1, because then you need to keep playing the infirmary to trash estates. Like I did end up playing the infirmary 2 more times in the game. I think once, like, you know, it's like, okay, I got the infirmary, trashed my 3 estates, and admittedly, it was you know, there was some good fortune in hitting the 3rd estate, but played it turn 4 before I had the wharf, and then didn't play it again until like the end of the game. And I think that's where you want to be with the terminal space situation. Whereas the bots, I mean, playing it here, like they didn't have the wharf yet. That makes sense. But they got the 1 wharf and then didn't get another one, and so they were playing the infirmary. But, you know, not playing an additional wharf. This was weird too. Overpays by 8 for Farrier, like, doesn't get a second wharf. Like, I don't know what's going on there. And then just a lot of like stuff like this where it's buying, like, okay, well here I guess the bot hadn't gotten the second wharf yet, so that part makes sense. But like double gold wharf rather than like, I don't know, gold wharf Farrier overpay or something like that. Like I think utilizing, I mean, the bot did buy Farrier overpays, but it just wasn't like kind of, it felt inconsistent in how it was approaching this. Like here, it buys a Farrier that like doesn't come with the overpay. Like Farrier isn't actually that good of a card in the deck, right? Like you can draw it dead with Wharf. So you don't just want a free Farrier, really. Like you're not going to make use of the buys. You're only gonna you're never gonna buy more than, I don't know, 3 cards in a turn or something like that. So yeah, that's and even at this point, bot, okay, plays a Wharf, resolves a Wharf. I mean, I guess at this point it didn't have it like it was resolving the Wharf, so maybe it didn't want to get another Wharf, but like you could buy Wharf Farrier overpay for 1 here. Like I don't know. The bot's approach seemed inconsistent to me, is what I'm trying to get at. And maybe there's a better approach than what I did, but I felt like at least what I was doing was like I had a game plan in mind, of like, okay, we're gonna get some Wharves, and we're gonna use Farrier overpay to try to make sure we're consistently playing the Wharves. We're gonna get a bit of money, and then we're gonna start scoring, and like all of that like fit together relatively well. And the bot's approach seemed a lot more haphazard to me. It would be interesting to see whether you could make something work with Advisor. I certainly have my doubts about it, but it would be interesting to see. But in any case, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.